Welcome to Comics with Dan. We're going to be reviewing AGGIE from Artists, Writers, and Artisans. AGGIE is the latest book in the Protopias Collection, which is a collaboration between AWA and Futuristic Studios. It's a new sci-fi anthology series where the effects of technology on our future is explored through different lenses. AGGIE, or the Aggregated Human Experience Database, is essentially a technology that allows you to live through other people's eyes. So people will pay money to experience a date with a celebrity, or to experience someone's memories, or even relive their own favorite memories. And in this book written by Mark Russell, it's essentially this technology has taken over the world, and it's all people really want to do anymore. So as this AI gains sentience, it starts to match users with random memories from people around the world. So not necessarily the desirable memories that everyone wants to be seeing, or the desirable experiences they want to be experiencing. So it's an interesting sort of irony that I'm reviewing this on a social media platform, and this really covers heavily the view of social media and how only the positive goes onto social media, and how it doesn't really portray our lives as they really are. And AGGIE really makes that takes that to another level, because it's giving these users the experience, so they don't even have to experience their real life anymore. They just get to experience life as it's shown on social media, which is an extremely dangerous direction to go in. Mark Russell completely turns the sentient AI trope on its head. Obviously, you have this AI that becomes sentient and starts thinking for itself, and you assume that all the horrible things are going to happen. And I'm not going to go into too much detail on exactly what happens, because I think that the story is absolutely beautiful and should be read. One of the things I really like about what Russell did here is that he doesn't try to do too much. This is a one shot, so there's not going to be any following issues within this exact story, although there will be other issues in the anthology. But the story itself is very well contained in the one shot, and Mark Russell does a great job of really not trying to do too much with the story that he was trying to tell. Looking at this story and seeing how grounded in reality it is, although this AGGIE AI is not something that exists currently, but it's absolutely something that you can see we're on a trajectory towards that, given how social media looks now and the rapid rise of AI. But it's really great to see Mark Russell just take sort of the direction that the world is heading, and really kind of just extrapolate the line out and see, where things could head, right? And it makes it for a more, entertaining and immersive experience. Ironically speaking, given the immersive experiences that the AGGIE users, participate in. But really, it makes you feel more ingrained in the story, because while this story takes place I believe it starts in 2096. Like, that's a far off future, but not so far off that it feels like, well, this will never happen to us. So I think that Mark Russell just absolutely knocked it out of the park on this story. So the penciler, Aiko, or Alex Cal Oliveira, he did a really great job here. Aiko really leans into the futuristic fun that is sci-fi comics, getting to design sort of otherworldly things. However, he doesn't get too caught up in making everything look wild and different, because we're not talking about 1,000 years in the future. This is something that the story takes place about 75 years in the future. So it's much closer. Things still look futuristic, but without really trying to do too much with it. Aiko does a really good job with this. There are so many powerful scenes, throughout the entire book, that Aiko just hits the nail on the head. The emotions of the people, or in often cases lack of emotion, and just a really great job penciling overall. David Lorenzo does the inks here, and there's actually some in the back material of the book. There's some layouts that really highlight David Lorenzo's excellent pencil or excellent line work on his inks, because they're black and white; they're not colored in the back. So that back matter is just it's great to see Lorenzo's work sort of highlighted. Ive Svorcina utilizes a massive color palette throughout the entire book. And in a book that has so many different mood swings, from extremely bleak to extremely optimistic, Svorcina really takes the color palette and matches to those moods, and just does a wonderful job of lifting Aiko's and Lorenzo's pencils and inks to a completely different level, and really helping it feel like a true sci-fi book. Utilizing all these different colors and making it feel more futuristic. I think that's something that a lot of sci-fi books need, because either you lean into the dystopian side of things and it's all bleak and dark, or you lean into the utopia side of things where everything is bright and shiny. And I think that Sforcina really does a great job of kind of blending those, because this book isn't really dystopian or utopian. So it's a great combination, and Sforcina's colors work really well with Aiko's pencils and Lorenzo's inks. Sal Cipriano uses his letters to really create a flow in the book that allows for an extremely easy read when the book itself, or the story itself, has an extremely complicated and heavy subject matter. A lot of times I think that without the right letterer and a book that asks this kind of question, or heavy hitting questions like this book, can really make it difficult to read the book if the letterer isn't on the same page as the rest of the creative team. And so I think that Cipriano does a great job of staying on that same page, getting unique and creative with the various different styles for narration boxes and speech bubbles, especially coming from like the AI speaking versus human speaking. And so really just an incredible job there from Cipriano. The final order cutoff for AGGIE is Monday, November 3rd. So I know it's short notice, but I got the book this weekend from Mark himself, and I was really excited to get it because it looked like it's just going to be a great book, and I can't recommend it enough. I'm going to give it 4.5 out of 5 stars on League of Comic Geeks when I'm able to review it there. So if you're looking for a great sci-fi book that completely shatters expectations and really brings something new to the genre, and highly recommend putting it on your pull list. It's truly extremely well done. One of the best books I've read this year. Thanks so much to Mark for sending this book over for me to read. It's incredible work. I've always been a fan of his, and he completely knocks it out of the park with this one again. Please make sure that you like the video, subscribe, watch the other videos on the channel, and make sure that you add AGGIE to your pull list as well. Thanks for watching.